Hi students, in today's session we are going to discuss about the functions of financial management. In the last session we are already discussed that financial management it deals with the procurement and utilization of the fund's financial resources. Financial management deals with the procurement and utilization of the firm's financial resources. So, depending upon that definition, we can assume what are the different functions of financial management. There is two elements are there, procurement and utilization. So, the financial manager has to procure funds where the cost of finance is cheaply available and utilize those funds in the business organization. These two aspects are main things in the financial management. So, apart from these, it performs several other functions. So, that functions will be discussed here. We will take an example like this. This is a picture which is for functions of financial management. See this pic, right. So, functions of financial management. So, the first one, estimate required capital. Second one, determine capital structure. And third one, evaluate and select sources of funds. And fourth one, allocate and control funds. And fifth one, distribute profits or surplus. And the sixth one, monitoring financial activities. These are functions of financial management. So, the first one we will see that estimate required capital. So, business start with a capital. Without capital, a single step in the business will not take place, right? So, we have to estimate how much capital is required to produce the product. So, we have to estimate required capital for the organization and determine capital structure. Here capital structure means how much of debt funds that we have, how much of owned funds we have. Owned funds means the funds which are invested by the owner. And debt funds means we will borrow certain money from others or financial institutions or debentures in some other ways. So, we have to identify the ideal capital structure for the business. And next one, evaluate and select sources of funds. Here we have to determine capital structure in the second stage. Then what we have to do? We have to evaluate what are the different sources that are available for us to procure the funds. By evaluating, and we have to select the best source which gives us the financial resources at cheaper cost and which will benefits for our business organization. So, we have to evaluate different sources and select the best source for our business organization. And next one, allocate and control funds. Here, for what purpose we are raising the funds, that purpose is to be fulfilled. We have to allocate those funds in the desired area and we have to control that funds wastage will not take place in the organization. And next one, distribute profits or surplus. If we will get profits, then we have to distribute those profits to the shareholders, right? So, how we are distributing profits? How much we are retaining in our organization and how much we are distributing as a dividend to the shareholders? That should be decided by the financial management. And next one, monitoring financial activities. Other financial activities rather than these elements will come under this category. So, the financial management will monitor all the financial activities which are related to the business. So, the explanation of this is given below. See this. So, first one, estimation of capital requirements. Right. A financial manager has to make estimation with regards to capital requirements of the company. This will depend upon expected cost and profits and future programs and policies of concern. So, here the financial manager has to estimate how much capital that is required for the company. So, while he is taking that decision, he has to consider the cost or profit and future programs of the business concern. So, estimations here these are the only estimations. Estimations have to be made in an adequate manner with increases earning capacity of the enterprises. We already discussed in the last session. Financial management focus on the increase the value of the organization. It wants to maximize the value of the organization. So, here increasing the maximum value of the organization means it has to increase the earning capacity of the enterprise. So, that will one of the function of the financial management. And next one, determination of capital composition. It is nothing but a capital structure decision. Here the finance manager has to determine the capital or debt capital or owned capital. How much is to be the best proportion? It should be decided. So, once the estimation have been made, the capital structure have to be decided. This involves short-term and long-term debt equity analysis. Short-term and long-term debt equity analysis. This will depend upon the proportion of equity capital a company is possessing and additional funds which have to be raised from outside parties. I am saying that owned capital and debt capital. The proportion of equity capital is called as owned capital. If we are borrowing funds or we are raising funds from outside as an additional funds, those are called as debt funds. So, we have to identify the proportion, how much there is an equity capital and how much there is a debt capital. This is one of the function. And choice of source of funds. There are different sources of funds. So, we have to select the best source. How we decide that source is the best one? By evaluating one source with other source, right. So, for additional funds to be procured, a company has many choices, like it has to issue of shares or debentures. It can issue shares and debentures. And loans to be taken from banks and financial institutions. It gets funds by taking loans from the banks and financial institutions. And public deposits to be drawn like a form of bonds. It can get public deposits which arises from the bonds. These are the different sources that are available for the financial manager to raise funds for the business organization. And choice of factor will depend on relative merits and demerits of each source and period of financing. So, here the financial manager has to analyze what are the merits and demerits by following these sources. So, if it issues shares, what is the merits and demerits? If it issues debentures, what is the merits for the organization and what are the demerits for the organization? If it takes loan from the banks and financial institutions, if there is any merits or if there are demerits, all these to be explained. This is one of the function. And the fourth function is investment of funds. Investment of funds. Here we get funds by different sources, and then we have to invest those funds in the business, right? So the financial manager has to decide to allocate funds into profitable ventures. He has what the funds that he is raised that should be allocated into profitable ventures, so that there is a safety on investment and regular return is possible. So it is one of the function. Next one, disposal of surplus or distributing profits. The net profit decision have to be made by the financial manager. This can be done in two ways: dividend declaration, retained profits. Here, after meeting all expenses, if there is any positive value, that value is treated as a profit. So here the question arises, the profit belongs to owners, but the organization does not distribute all its profits to the owners. They can retain back some of the profits for future benefits. Those are called retained earnings. And some part of the profits is issued to the shareholders as a dividend. So here the surplus is disposal into two categories, that is dividend declaration and retained profits. So here dividend goes to shareholders. It includes identifying the rate of dividends and other benefits like bonus. Sometimes we issue certain rate of dividend, and sometimes if we will get more and more profits, then we will issue some bonus offers to the shareholders. And retained profits, the volume has to be decided, which will depend upon expansional, innovational, diversification plans of the company. If the company wants to expansion, if the company wants to diversification of their products, then it should need some financial resources. If there is any plans for this, the company maintain more retained earnings. So depending upon this, we can assume how much the organization keeps back as a retained earnings. So it is one of the function. And next one, management of cash. Management of cash. So financial manager has to make decision with regards to cash management. Cash is required for many purposes like payment of wages, salaries, payment of electricity bill, water bills, payments to creditors, meeting current liabilities, maintenance of enough stock, purchase of raw materials, etc. If we are not properly maintaining cash in the organization, there may be some chances that we will get losses. If we are not paying regular wages to the labor, they are not interested to do work. If we are not providing sufficient raw materials, then the production department remains idle. So we have to maintain all these elements. When we will maintain successfully if we have the enough of cash. Okay, and it is one of the function. And next one, financial control. The financial manager has not only to plan, procure and utilize the funds, but he also has to exercise control over finance. Right. This can be done through many techniques like ratio analysis, financial forecasting, cost and profit control, etc. So here only procurement of funds and allocation of funds is not treated as a entire functions of the financial manager. He has to control the financial aspects by doing several analysis. Ratio analysis. The ratio analysis, there are different types of ratios like liquidity ratio, like this. So depending upon that liquidity ratio, the organization maintains the amount which is required for the day-to-day activities. So all these elements constitute as a functions of financial management. What are they? First one, estimation of capital requirements. So the organization or the financial manager has to estimate how much capital is required for the organization, and determination of capital composition, how much of the equity capital and how much of the debt capital is required should be determined, and choice of sources of funds. There are different sources of funds. We have to analyze each source's merits and demerits, then we have to decide. Next, investment of funds. Procurement of once the procurement of funds happens, then we have to invest those funds in the profitable ventures. And disposal of surplus, it may take place in two forms, dividend declaration and retained earnings. And management of cash and financial control. These are the functions of financial management. These functions or these elements also categorized into 4 types. Those 4 categories are called as a financial decisions or functional decisions of the financial management. That above 6 are treated as a 4 important financial decisions in every organization. It is also called as the scope of financial management. See this diagram. Right. So, those 6 elements will come under these 4 decisions. First decision is investment decision. Second decision, financing decision. Third decision, dividend decision. And fourth decision, liquidity decision. Investment decision, financing decision, dividend decision and liquidity decision. These are the 4 important decisions, or these are the 4 important functions in the financial management. So, we will discuss these. The financial function encompasses the activities of raising funds, investing them in the assets and distributing returns earned from the assets to shareholders. So, the financial function comprises of 3 elements. The first one is we have to raise the funds and we have to invest those funds in the assets and we have to distribute the returns earned from the assets. While doing these activities, a firm attempts to balance cash inflows and outflows. Those are called as liquidity decisions. Right? So, it is evident that the finance function involves the 4 decisions. Those are financing decision, investment decision, dividend decision, liquidity decision, these 4. And thus, the finance function includes investment decision, financing decision, dividend decision and liquidity decision. So, first of all, the investment decision. What is called as investment decision? The investment decision, also known as capital budgeting decision. Here, capital budgeting means investing the funds in the company's fixed assets. Investing the funds in the company's fixed assets. Then what are the fixed assets? If the investment span is more than 1 year, those assets are called as fixed assets. Furniture, land, buildings, machinery, equipment, plant, all these constitute as a fixed assets. If an organization investing its amount in the fixed assets, then it is taking as a capital budgeting decision, and that capital budgeting decision is known as investment decision. So, the investment decision is also known as capital budgeting decision. It is concerned with selection of investment proposal or proposals. Proposal or proposals and the investment of funds in the selected proposal. For example, if a company wants to install a latest technology plant, then it leads to huge investment decision. Here, before going to install that machine, the financial manager has to analyze how much amount is required to get that proposal is installed in the organization. So, a capital budgeting decision involves the decision of allocation of funds to long term assets. In which assets we are investing? Long term assets. Those long term assets are called as fixed assets that would yield cash flows in the future. If you are investing present, you will earn cash flows in the future. You will not get your entire investment back in 1 month, 2 months or 3 months. It may be come back to different years. So, two important aspects of investment decisions are, the first one, the evaluation of prospective profitability of new investment. So, in the investment decision, the financial manager first evaluate the profitability of the new investments. And second one, the measurement of cutoff rate against that the prospective return of new investment could be compared. So, here the return of the new investment is compared with the cutoff rates. These two factors will be considered while we are taking investment decision. Then I said that the benefits will comes in the future. So, future benefits of investment are difficult to measure and cannot be predicted with certainty. What I am saying, benefits will comes in future, but we cannot predict future correctly. We can predict future approximately only, because we all know that future is uncertain. So, risk in investment arises because of the uncertain return. So, you plan for something, but in the future there is a scope that you are not get that much of amount. So, there is a risk. Why this risk is caused? Because of uncertain events. So, investment proposals should therefore be evaluated in terms of both expected returns and risk. Here, you are not going to expect only return, you have to expect the risk factor also. Besides the decision to commit funds in the new investment proposal, capital budgeting also involves replacement decision, that is decision of recommitting funds when an asset becomes less productive or non-profitable. If the asset which is you installed, if it is not providing good returns, if it is not productive, it is become a less productive, then you have to recommit your investment. The computation of risk adjusted return and required rate of return, selection of the project on these bases forms a subject matter for the investment decision. So, long term investment decisions may be both internal and external. In former, the finance manager has to determine which capital expenditure projects have to be undertaken, the amount of funds to be committed, and the ways in which the funds are to be allocated among different investment outlets. In the latter case, the finance manager is concerned with the investment of funds outside of the business for merger. Here two types we will discuss, that internal and external. External means merger or acquisition of another firm, we will incur some of the amount. So, internal means installation of plant in our own business. Our own business organization, if we are installing a fixed asset, that is an internal long term investment decision. External means merger. If we combine our business with other, if we acquired some other's business by paying some of the amount, then it is called external long-term investment decision. So, each aspect should be considered while you are taking an investment decision. So, simply investment decision means investing in capital budgeting decisions. Capital budgeting decisions means purchasing of fixed assets. Fixed assets means long term investment. So, the return for the long term investment will comes from future years. So, future is uncertain, then the return also uncertain. So, these investment decisions are of two types, internal and external investment decisions. Internal investment decisions means you are installing your own plant in your own business organization. External investment decision means merger with other company or acquiring other company will takes external investment decisions, right? And the second decision is financing decision. Financing decision is the second important function to be performed by the financial manager. Broadly, he or she must decide when, from where and how to acquire funds to meet the firm's investment needs. For example, the organization wants to install a plant, so it is an investment decision. Now the second function arises that from which source we will invest the amount, from which source we will get the funds to install the plant. So that decision is called as financing decision. When, where and how to acquire funds. When, where and how to acquire funds to satisfy the investment needs of the organization. Okay, then the central issue before him or her is to determine the appropriate proportion of equity and debt. Here, in the financing decision, the major function is to decide the proportion of the equity and debt. How much is owned funds and how much is debt funds. The mix of debt and equity is known as firm's capital structure. This is also called as a capital structure decision. How much equity is there and how much debt is there. The combination of these two is called as capital structure. The official manager or the financial manager must strive to obtain the best financing mix or the optimum capital structure for his or her firm. So here in the financing decision, the financial manager has to select the optimum capital structure which gives the benefits for the organization. The firm capital structure considered optimum when the market value of shares is maximized. Here the value of the shares, market value of the shares is to be maximized. So simply in the financing decision, the financial manager decides from where, when and how to acquire funds and what is the capital structure of the organization and select the optimum capital structure. These activities taken in the financial decision. Here the capital structure means the combination of debt and equity. And the third decision, see this, right. The third decision is dividend decision. Here dividend decision means disposal of surplus. So dividend decision is the third major financial decisions. The financial manager must decide whether the firm should distribute all profits or retain them or distribute a portion and return the balance. Here what the financial manager is do that he has to decide if the organization getting profits, all those profits are distributed as a dividend to the shareholders or all the profits retained as a retained earnings for the future course of action, or some part of the profit is distributed as a dividend and some part of the profit is retained as a retained earnings. This decision has to be taken by the financial manager. The proportion of profits distributed as dividend is called dividend payout ratio. The portion of the profits distributed to the shareholders as a dividend is called as a dividend payout ratio, and the retained portion of the profits is known as retention ratio. If you are distributing some of the profit as a dividend and if we are retaining some of the profit as a retained earnings, then the distributed part is called as dividend payout ratio and the retained part is called as a retention ratio. Like the debt policy, the dividend policy should be determined in terms of impacts on the shareholders' value. The optimum dividend policy is one that maximizes the market value of the firm's shares. Thus, if shareholders are not indifferent to the firm's dividend policy, the financial manager must determine the optimum dividend payout ratio. Here optimum, nothing more nor less. Right. So, dividends are generally paid in cash, but firm may issue bonus shares. Generally, the dividend is paid in terms of cash, but in sometimes the organization may issue bonus shares. Bonus shares are shares issued to the existing shareholders. Bonus shares are issued to the existing shareholders without any charge. They are not even to pay a single rupee. So, the financial manager should consider the question of dividend stability, bonus shares and cash dividend in practice. So, simply what is a dividend decision is, here the financial manager has to decide how much profit is distributed as a dividend and how much profit is retained in the organization. The distributed part of the profit is called as dividend payout ratio and the retention part is called as retention ratio. Here the decision has to be taken, and there is some decision like if it issues in the form of cash or if it issues bonus shares. This decision is also taken by the financial manager according to the policies of the organization. According to the policies of the organization. And fourth decision, liquidity decision. Liquidity. Investment in current assets. Here two types of assets are there, fixed assets and current assets. Current assets means the maturity or we can get cash within 1 year. Current assets affect the firm's profitability and liquidity. Current assets should be managed efficiently and safeguarding the firm against the risk of liquidity. Then what are treated as a current assets? Cash, cash in bank, debtors, bills receivable, all these are considered as a current assets, right? So, lack of liquidity in extreme situations can lead the firm insolvency. So, we have to maintain proper liquidity. Here liquidity means cash. A conflict exists between profitability and liquidity while managing current assets. If the firm does not invest sufficient funds in the current assets, it may become liquid and therefore risky. So, sufficient amount of cash is maintained as a liquid cash. Right. So, but if the firm invests heavily in the current assets, it may become assets, then it would lose interest as idle current assets would not earn anything. So, if we invest less amount in the current assets, it also leads certain losses for the organization. If we invest more in the current assets, then also we will lose the interest because that much of amount is not necessary in the current assets. If we are investing more, we lose the interest for that amount. A proper trade-off must be achieved between profitability and liquidity. The profitability and liquidity trade-off requires that the financial manager should develop sound techniques of managing current assets and make sure that funds would be made available when needed. So, simply liquidity decision means investment in current assets. For meeting our day-to-day obligations, we have to maintain certain amount of current assets. Investing in more current assets will not give you the best result. Investing in less in current assets will not give you the best result. You have to decide the best or optimum between the profitability and liquidity. By way of doing that, you have to maintain the cash in the organization. These are the 4 important decisions that a financial manager takes. Once again, see this diagram. Those are investment decisions, financing decisions, liquidity decision, dividend decision. Investment decision, investment in the fixed asset, financing decision, determining the capital structure of the organization, dividend decision, disposal of surplus to the shareholders as a dividend, and liquidity decisions, investment in the current assets. So, these are the 4 decisions of the financial management. Thank you.